What chapter are we holding? We're going to finish chapter 49. We're almost done, by the way, with the whole first section of Tanya. Pretty amazing. Which is, there's 52 chapters, I believe, to Tanya. And we're going to finish 49 today. I don't know. Yeah, then hopefully, maybe by the end of the week, we'll be able to catch up because of a long Chumash tomorrow. So I don't know if we'll get to Tanya tomorrow, but after that, we'll God willing, be able to catch up. So anyway, let's go to today's Tanya. We're finishing up the end of chapter 49. So let's just recap what we're talking about here. We're discussing how to generate passion and love to Hashem, and we said that if you realize how much Hashem loves you, that will automatically bring you to love Hashem. If one realizes the great love that Hashem has to the Jewish people and how much He moved Himself away to allow us to exist so that He can be a partner with us, that would bring tremendous love between the Jew and Hashem. That's one way to get passion and love to Hashem. Okay, so let's go inside. And behold, when you meditate on this, all the things Hashem did, contracted himself because He wanted you to exist. But you internalize it, make it personal, it's real, we're talking to you, we're talking about you. As a memela, that what's going to happen, you're going to have the mirror effect, which is that when you see somebody smiling at you and loves you and does everything for you, you have no option but to respond in kind. His heart will spontaneously be awakened, be kindled. It's going to be shining. The fire, the love is going to wake up in you. You're going to get the passion. And you're going to feel very giving, very benevolent. You're going to want to give back. This nadav, I want to give. Sometimes, you have to give. You're going to want to give. Look how much Hashem does for me. I also want to give back to God. Like when someone does so much favors for you, and then they ask you back for one little thing, you feel really bad when you're not able to reciprocate. You feel horrible, and you want to really, really give because you know how much the person does for you. You know how much Hashem loves you. You see God literally gives everything up to make you, hides Himself and contracts Himself just so you could exist because He wants you and He wants your effort and your work and He wants you to connect with Him as your own personal identity. So you too will leave everything up, give everything up just to connect to Hashem. You'll respond in kind. Just like God's giving kind of everything up for you, you'll give everything up for Him. To become one with His light in connection. You just want to hug Him, kiss Him, love Him, be one with Him. You just want to connect with Hashem. Using the method of kissing, the istabkusa rucha berucha, and the attachment of the breath. When somebody's kissing, there's also the connection of the breath that's going back and forth. Like we mentioned earlier. So he's going to explain to Tanya now, what does that mean to kiss God? Or what does it mean to have the breath connection? Kabbalah's, obviously these are terms here, but what does it mean? So kissing maybe I get, but what does it mean to connect in spirit with the ear, with the breath to Hashem? What does that mean? So he's going to explain. This he says in Shema, because Shema talks about love. So we said in the beginning of Shema, we says, love God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, like we explained yesterday, to give up your life and your money, even your wife and kids, all the things you love. You're ready to give everything up for the love of Hashem. Then we say, so what do you do with this love? These words, Torah, these words of Torah, Shema then goes on, say, now what do you do with the love? Learn Torah and speak the words of Torah. That's what you do with the love. Like it says in the book of Eitz Chaim and Kabbalah, that the term kissing God, the main way of kissing Hashem is through your mind, through wisdom, understanding, and knowledge, conception, comprehension, and application. That, my friends, is the main way to connect to Hashem through kissing. That's what it means. Now, when you speak the words of Torah, you reveal Hashem, because Hashem's in the Torah. Hashem is the Torah. When you speak words of Torah, you're speaking God, you're connecting to Hashem, you're kissing God at that moment. So you have the intellect capacity of your knowledge touching the knowledge of Hashem. That's the intimate. I guess it's like being intimate with someone emotionally, right? Intellectually, that means you're touching inside. But then you can have also the physical intimacy, the kissing part of it. So the starting of Torah is the intellectual closeness to Hashem, and the kissing part is the physical outcome of that. In that intimate connection, you act on it physically. So what happened when Hashem created the world? Hashem used his mouth to create, because the mouth reveals what's inside you. So you could feel very intimate with somebody emotionally, mentally, but you bring it out by physically kissing the person that you're in love with. So he says that's why Torah study is not enough to just connect with Hashem. Just like in a love with someone, it's not enough just to feel intimate emotionally with somebody. You also need to bring it out physically with Hashem. It's not enough to learn Torah and study, work hard and diligently in studying Torah, and therefore having that emotional intimacy with Hashem, but also the physical intimacy is by what? By speaking physically the words of Torah, with getting your lips moving. That is the way you kiss Hashem physically. Why is that so important to have that intimate connection with Hashem physically? If you learn Torah and daven, you got to speak, you got to talk, you got to say it out. Why? Why is it so important? To bring God down here to even affect the physical body. Hashem wants the material body to be affected. If you don't speak the words, then you're keeping it still. It doesn't look like a real relationship. You're not actually affecting the physical world, and Hashem wants you to affect the physical world. The physical material body that's made up of the blood of the person, where does the blood and the life come from? It comes from eating vegetation and animals and the minerals, the worldly things. So the energy, you learning Torah physically by speaking it, is making the material part of the world change and bringing Hashem into it. And that's why it's important to say the words, so you don't just have intimacy emotionally, but you have physical intimacy with Hashem, meaning changing the physical world, because thereby you can actually change your physical world, because all those three levels of animals, vegetation, and minerals are all affected by this, by you then going into your blood, and then you speaking Torah, you connect them with Hashem. To elevate them all to Hashem. With the whole world, with the entire world. So now you're connecting the whole world because you're eating from the whole world. To make them one with the light of Hashem. You're now bringing Hashem to the whole world to have a connection to God. That it says when Mashiach comes, the whole world will see Hashem. So you're kind of doing that now by being a Jew physically, materially. You're bringing Judaism that the world could literally see. A person will look at a Jew who's serving Hashem, not just intimate emotionally, but intimate physically. Will see that you're bringing God to the physical world, so that the eye can see. You see someone serving Hashem. And this is very important to bring Hashem into the material world, because that's the whole purpose of why Hashem made the whole contraction, in order that this physical world that seems independent on its own, they should be celebrating God. That God should be revealed there. You see the physical world celebrating Hashem. And by you doing it in a revealed way, it's revealed. Godliness is revealed in this world. To change from darkness to light, the material darkness to light, and from bitterness to sweet. Like we explained earlier in chapter 36 at length, this whole idea of changing the physical world. And this is the whole purpose of man creation. To bring the infinite energy of Hashem down here into this world. The only thing is, now here's the punchline. In order to learn Torah and bring Hashem to the material world, where do you start from? You have to start from love Hashem. There has to be as I say sometimes, that's a good example, but you have to flirt. The Jew, who's the woman here, flirts with the man, arouses emotion by the man, in order that the man should want to connect and give. So it needs to start with a little bit of passion by the Jew, that he loves Hashem, has to show some emotion. There has to be some emotion to bring out this whole bond, kissing and the hug, the connection, the intimacy between the Jew and Hashem. But it has to start with what we're learning in all these chapters of Tanya, a little bit of passion and emotion from the person. Otherwise, it's not, you can't have intimacy if you don't start with this little bit of passion and emotion before action. There has to be the recipient, the woman, the us, who we are, that's us in this example, to feel that drive, that passion, that emotion, that he, of the Shema emotion, right? The have to love Hashem, that you're even ready to give up your life a little bit, feel that. And then it'll bring the whole intimacy physically and emotionally between him and Hashem. So you have to start with the passion, the love of Hashem, which comes first. Exactly, to understand what is it? The mouth. You have to speak your words in order to bring it down physically. So it starts with the passion, it starts with the emotion, but then it comes down into physical, the intimacy by you speaking Torah and doing mitzvahs. And that is the end of today's Tanya, my friends. Any questions or comments on today's Tanya? That's it. So we finished learning chapter 49. So 48 and 49 were a combination of two chapters of Tanya. And in these two chapters of Tanya, 48 and 49, we learned about another method in detail, how to get passion and emotion behind your mitzvahs. So we're not doing dead mitzvahs. We're not Jews just serving God because we have to, but to meditate on how much Hashem loves us and how much Hashem wants us to exist, to be who we are, and how much Hashem wants us, who we are, to partner with him, and did so much to get to this point. So that will drive us with a little bit of emotion or a lot of emotion to love Hashem, which will create a beautiful relationship in the Torah mitzvahs between us and Hashem. Now, tomorrow, we're going to learn a whole nother idea in emotion and love, but we'll leave that or tomorrow in the next day's class, we'll discuss it. Any questions or comments? No? Okay. We'll leave it over here. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Take care, David. Take care.
Bye, Rabbi Tzaddik.
Thank you.